Welcome back to Gamer Sanctuary, Fresh Coast Gaming fans. Sorry for the long gap between bat reps, but when it's Little League season, you kind of go to your son's baseball games on Wednesday nights. But we're back. I'm hoping to get another bat rep in every week. Today we're going to do another 7th edition game. We're going to do Jeremy's second 7th edition game, excuse me. We're going to be using some of the tactical objective cards, playing some of the missions, but really we're going to try to focus on the psychic phase. We're going to show him how it works. So let's take a look at the armies and we'll move on from there. Like I said, our focus for today is really going to be on exploring and abusing the psychic phase as much as possible. So I am bringing my Eldar. As one warlord, I have a Farseer on a jet bike with singing spear with 4 warlocks, all with singing spears. That is a grand total of 7 warp charges. I have 2 Spirit Seers from my other HQ slot, thanks to the Iandan book. No upgrades on them, but that's 2 more for each, 2 more warp charges for each, for a grand total of 11 for me. There's 2 squads of Wraithguard with cannons, and Wave Serpents with Shuriken cannons and Scatter Lasers. A pair of Scatter Laser Warwalkers in the back, and then a Wraith Knight with Scatter Laser and Sun Cannon. Let's go take a look at Jeremy's Blood Angels. Okay, here we have Jeremy's Blood Angels. We have a pair of Mastery Level 2 Librarians, 4 Sacks, 4 Staff, 2 Assault Squads, Double Melta and Power Fists in each, a Furiosa Dreadnought with a Frag Assault Launcher, or the Frag, whatever it's called, the Frag Cannon. He's coming down in that drop pod. We have a Land Speeder with Multi-Melta and Heavy Flamer. We have a Librarian Dreadnought, who probably is going to be hitching a ride in the Storm Raven over here, Assault Cannons, Multi-Melta, and a Sanguinary Priest right in the middle, just to give everybody female pain. So again, we're focusing on playing with the psychic phase this game. There's 2, 4, 6 more mastery levels, or is it 5? 6, yep. Mastery level 2 on the Librarian also. So we're going to have lots and lots of cards on the table, and it's going to get a little goofy. Here we have a shot of the table after deployment. Jeremy won the role to go first, so he's going to deploy first. He has all of his Assault Marines castled up behind the walls in the building. Librarian in each squad. The Sanguinary Priest is in the squad with the without the Warlord. The Warlord's actually the guy with the staff. And there's a Land Speeder right there. Furioso Librarians in the middle. The other Dreadnought and the Storm Raven are coming in from reserve. As for me, I've got both my Wraithguard squads in the middle, Wraith Knight over here, Walkers in the ruins, and my jet bikes here. We have objectives all over the table. We are playing the Spoils of War mission. So we have an objective here. There's one behind that building, one right in the river, one way in the corner, one on the top of that little building there, and one by my Wave Serpent here. In Spoils of War, we can steal each other's secure objective missions from the tactical deck. That should be a lot of fun. And since we both have battle-forged armies, we actually both chose to take our reroll for our Warlord traits. I got the Undying Flame, so my Farseer can reroll her armor saves. But if she fails, she loses it. And Jeremy gets double points for securing objectives with his Warlord. He has the first turn. I failed to seize. We're going to roll for night fighting and then get started. Eldar failed to seal the initiative, so the Blood Angel have the first turn. The Marines all jumped forward. The Librarian ran forward, and then he cast Levitate on himself to get up on top of the hill. That Librarian, right? That one, the Power Axe one, cast Shrouded?
Yes.
Yep. So he has Shrouding now, so there's Shrouding on everybody in a bubble here. This one tried to dominate my Wave Serpent, and I dispelled it with my ridiculous number of warp charges. The Furiosa with the cannon wanted to take out some Warlocks, and I rolled really, really well on my armor saves. I didn't get a single rend, or Jeremy didn't get a single rending hit on them. And I made the first 7 of 9 armor saves, and then failed the 8th, and then made the 9th. So I lost the Warlock. Unfortunately, it was my Warlock with Protect, which makes me mad. But that's all I did lose. So we're going to move into bottom of turn 1 and see what I can do to respond. We did forget that we are using mysterious objectives, something Jeremy and I don't usually do, but we wanted to. That one is actually Sabotage, so we rolled at the end of the turn again, and it actually did blow up and killed one of Jeremy's Melta Gunners. This objective is a Grav Wave Generator, and I also forgot to mention that his Librarian, who's his Warlord, has the Warlord trait where when he has the secure objective mission, he gets double points. So he actually got 2 points for that objective. So Jeremy's up 2-0. Bottom of turn 1 started out with both my Wave Serpents moving forward and the Wraith Guard jumping out. This squad didn't have to move because they were all in range of the Dreadnought here. This squad I needed to get off Voice of Twilight, which both of my Spirit Seers have because it's their Primaris power. I tried it with this one first, and Jeremy dispelled it, and then I tried it with this one and got it off. So I was able to get both squads in the effect of it. So they ran forward, only got 3 inches on them, but it was just enough. They managed to get 3 penetrating hits on his Dreadnought. He failed his shrouding save, and I blew him up. Actually, I'm sorry, I just wrecked him. I did not get an explode result. These 5 all managed to either glance or pen this Dreadnought, so both Dreadnoughts got wrecked this turn, giving me first blood. I threw my Singing Spears at the Speeder and forced it to Jink. He made both his saves, so he's okay. And my Wave Serpents kind of jumped backward just to take a little bit of cover back here. The Warwalkers only managed to kill a single Marine out here in the open thanks to armor saves and feel no pain. But the biggest epic failure was the Wraith Knight. He scattered everything, even with the twin linking on from the scatter laser. One blast landed right in the middle of all his guys and just missed 3 of them. So Jeremy did a good job spacing his guys out, but as a result, I only got 3 hits with the Sun Cannon and only wounded once, and then got 1 more wound with the scatter laser. He made his shrouding save and made his armor save with the other. So the Marines are still kicking. I did score at 1 point for destroying a Psyker. I got his Librarian Dreadnought, and I got first blood as well. So the game is now tied 2-2. I have Guide up on my Farseer, but that's it. Alright, top of turn 2, the Storm Raven came in and shot at both my Wave Serpents. It split its fire. It shot the Assault Cannon at 1. I chose not to jink because I had my fields up, and that one is fine. That one, of course, I rolled a 1 on the Multi-Melt's pen roll to see if my field stopped it. It got through, but it only stunned me, so I'm okay, relatively. This Land Speeder Turbo Boosted here to try to grab that objective for Jeremy in a couple turns because he has the objective where he has to get to find them all. What'd you get? Oh yeah, alright, so Jeremy actually we figured out he got 2 victory points this turn from tactical objectives. His Assault Marines got in, failed to kill this squad, even though his Librarian challenged my Spirit Seer, or I made a challenge to him, and the Librarian accepted it. Same thing over here. This squad got wiped out though, thanks to the Power Axe and Power Fist killing my Wraith Guard and then spilling its wounds over onto my Seer. But they are in for a world of shooting, because I don't have a whole lot of other targets to shoot at with my my Strength 6 shots. He did manage to get 2 victory points from his objective cards though, and so he's up to 4-2 right now. My turn coming up. Eldar turn 2. Both my Wave Serpents kind of just moved around. Actually, that one had to stay put because it was stunned, and they both snap fired at the Storm Raven, and I whiffed badly. I hit it a couple times, but I couldn't get through its armor. Wraith Knight charged in and killed 3 of the Marines. The Wraith Guard killed another one, and I lost nothing in return. But Jeremy rolled a 3 for his leadership test, and they're good. This squad took a lot of fire from the Warlocks and the Farseer, as well as the Warwalkers, and weathered it all. They didn't take they lost 1. They lost 1 Marine.
Don't forget your psychic power.
Yeah, and my psychic phase was terrible. I tried to horrify them, and I tried to use a lot of dice. And Jeremy, because he had a higher level Psyker than my Warlock, and by virtue of just being a Psyker, he was denying on the same thing I was rolling. So he managed, and I think I only got 1 or 2 hits. So that didn't work. And my Farseer tried to Eldritch Storm them. He got the worst powers, by the way. He has Eldritch Storm, Death Mission, Executioner. It was just the worst rolling for Psychics for me. And in another note, all my Warlocks and both my Spirit Seers, the first time I rolled through all their powers, I actually, each one got 1 different power. So I have all of the powers represented in here. It was really weird. Regardless, they stood, they're fine. They stayed on that objective to grab it. So I got 1 point here, and the Wave Serpent over there grabbed 1 as well. So we are actually tied 4-4. We're going to move into Jeremy's turn 3 and see what he draws for his objectives. All right, most of the action happened right here in this part of the table. As you can see, my entire Seer Council is gone. Jeremy actually rolled ridiculously. Let me rephrase. I rolled ridiculously bad on all the bolt pistol shots that came at me. I failed. He had 4 wounds. I failed 4 saves. So all 3 of my Warlocks died. My Farseer did use her reroll from her Warlord trait, and she was okay. She survived all the shooting, and unfortunately, I issued a challenge. The Power Fist Sergeant accepted. I couldn't kill him. and he got one hit in, and it managed to kill her. But that's it. So they consolidated around here, and I could not break the Wraith Knight free from that combat. He managed to kill 2 more, but the Librarian killed both my Spirit Seers, or killed my last Spirit Seer there, so I have no Psychics left on the table, which is ugly. Jeremy's Speeder came over here and grabbed an objective point. He got a point for assassinating my Warlord and another point for Slay the Warlord, so he's up 7-4. Moving into my turn 3. Oh, the Storm Raven is actually right there. We're just having a hard time keeping him on the stand. He actually shot at the Wave Serpent and the Farseer and did nothing. Eldar turn 3. The Warwalkers got off the building and walked back. Managed to kill, I believe, 3 of the Marines, but they're okay. They made their leadership check. The Wave Serpents again tried to shoot the Storm Raven. I only managed to get a single glance. So the vaunted Wave Serpent scatter lasers against flyers aren't doing their jobs. The Wraith Knight though whiffed on all 4 of his attacks. All he needed was 2 hits and 2 wounds to kill his Warlord. But the Wraith Guard killed the last remaining Assault Marine, and I lost one of my Wraith Guard in return. So it was a tie combat. We're still going. I am stuck in here, and it's Jeremy's turn. He's going to draw some new objective cards. Currently, I did manage to get objective 4 again. So I have 5 points. He has 7, and we're going to move into turn 4. That squad continues to just kick some serious ass. They jumped into my Wraith Knight. Jeremy figured Blood Angels wouldn't go for objectives. They're going to go for the kill. My Wraith Knight actually got to go first because of his initiative 5. Their Hammer of Wrath couldn't hurt him. He turned and just curb stomped Jeremy's Warlord. So the Warlord died. I got 2 points for that because one of my objectives was to kill him. And I only rolled a 2, so out of the D3, so that didn't help. But that Force Axe, he did get his the Force off on it. He got 1 attack through. I failed my invuln save, and the Wraith Knight died. But that Wraith Guard is still sitting there, so maybe he'll be plucky and survive another turn. But that's actually a good thing for Jeremy because now I can't direct any of this shooting at that squad. In other news, though, the Storm Raven went into hover mode to be able to turn around and shoot, and did absolutely nothing to my Wave Serpent, which jinked. The Land Speeder over there turbo boosted away because he's going to try to grab that objective next turn as one of his cards. So we're going to move now into my turn 4. This is why we like the tactical objective cards. So Jeremy had his entire squad right here, right? He's got 4 Assault Marines, his Sanguinary Priest, and his Librarian. So he has 3 separate squads sitting right there. He broke everybody off. The Assault Marines came here and assaulted the Warwalkers and got 1 glance with the Power Fist. That's it. Over here, he ran and grabbed that objective, did not cast any Psychics because he's down to a single wound, and over here, he just ran into the river to grab that objective. He had 2 tactical objectives cards. One said if you control 3 objectives, you get D3 points. He rolled a 5. The other one said if you control at least 2 objectives and twice as many objectives as your opponent, I only have 1, he has 3, he gets another D3, and he rolls a 6. So he goes from losing 8-7 to winning 13-8. So we're going to move into my turn 5 and see if I can't try to salvage something. Bottom of turn 5, the game is over. I moved this Wave Serpent around and annihilated the Librarian there to get one of my tactical objectives, destroy an enemy in the shooting phase. This one, turbo boosted to grab another one, to secure objective 2. I didn't do anything here, but I lost one of the Warwalkers to a Power Fist. But the game ended, and Jeremy still has his 13 points. He actually got another one for Linebreaker. 14 points to my 10. So he wins 14-10. I think if we had gone on another turn, it would be a little different. So, good game though, as always. We love the tactical objective cards, guys. If you're pissing and moaning and whining about 7th edition, just shut up and play the game for once. Have fun with it like you're supposed to. It is a game. And we'll see you hopefully next week. Thanks.